Okay, I think I found something out about why. Oh, it's raining. Okay, whatever. Why bees will kill each other inside and outside the hive on the landing board. They're killing each other. What can happen 10 to 20% of the time? You can have two queens, so the daughter stays in. They do a procedure for whatever reason, could be many, and the supersedure cell, she hatches out, and she goes and gets mated, and she comes back, and you end up with the mother and the daughter in there laying eggs, which is why that hive grew so fast, filled all 10 frames really quick in about a month and a half. And so when they ran out of resources, because I gave them a lot, I fed them for a month every day, as much as they can take in when I first caught them, and they ran out of resources. So what they did is they turned on each other. Each group turned on each other, and that's what I suspect is happening. I've never seen that before. That was new. It's like, what is going on? AI didn't know what was happening. So it's about understanding what kind of questions to ask. It's like that's kind of hard to understand the kinds of questions to ask AI, and that is the trick, understanding what kind of questions. Got to be specific, like right in the ballpark. And so what I did is I put two holes, one on the right, one on the left. So each queen and that each group can have their own exit. This is one brood box now. This is two laying queens probably, because all the symptoms match identically, right? Nothing else matches. Nothing else makes sense of what's being observed. And so now that I've got two holes, one on the right, just one entry, and one on the left, they seem as happy as can be. Two separate groups coming in and out of their own hole with a different queen. Uh, 10 to 20% is possibility is pretty high. And so once they run low on resources, each queen group turns on each other. Not enough resources for both of us in here. So now that I'm feeding them, they've calmed down. No more killing, no more fighting. There's only a few dead bees instead of hundreds out in the front. No more girls flying out with live girls that they've injured already. None of that. So it's like having two hives in one brood box. Really strange, unusual, but actually more common than people know. The daughter just stays, and the mother they just accept each other. And so yeah, strange. So yeah, raining. Okay, have to cover up all these feeders so they don't water them down. And so there it is, solution found. And so my swarm that I caught the other day, um, they're not going up there anymore. I left the box. I decided to leave the box up there. I do experiments all the time. Like, what's what? What if I do? What happens if I do this? As long as it don't kill me or cause something really bad, right? I'm good. And so I'll experiment all kinds of different ways, just out of curiosity, see what works, kind of thing. And this is all wet. It's been rain for a while. I didn't know it. Getting my bum wet, and so that's all right. There's nothing wrong with a wet butt. And so those bees over there, I've got them a feeder. The ones I caught the other day, the swarm, they're feeding heavy, trying to build up that comb. Right now I'm in the middle of making frames. I picked up a bunch of wood at Lowe's free, just stuff that's scrap stuff, and I'm making the frames out of that stuff. And I'll probably make a video of that. And so now all the hives are calm. They've all got plenty of storage. Each one has a lot of food. My two original hives, starting around April 1st, they had a lot of food, and so and they have a lot of food. Like they got this one over here has got a brood box, top brood box full of honey. It was 150 pounds. I tried to lift it. Trying to take 150 pounds and lift it up in front of you. Yeah, that's a little tough. It's like, doggone. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up this double queen box. Two queens, like what? You can see how they both have their own entrances now. And when I did that, I seen even more calmness. Like, you guys go on this one, we'll go on this one. We'll go through this one. And just even a lot more calmness by giving them their own separate holes to come in and out. Very interesting. So I've got this brood up here. Once I get done making 5 more frames, I'm gonna fill that up. And so I'll try to work at getting those queens divided, because they can actually stay that way for months, a long time. 2 queens in one single brood box, long time. And so they're probably working up there trying to divide them, because they might divide themselves. Now that there's 2 brood boxes on there, they might work at filling up those empty frames and dividing themselves. 1 queen on top and one queen on the bottom. Crazy, man. Never seen that before. I've had a lot of hives and I've never seen that happen. But you know, when you got a lot of hives, you can see all kinds of things happen. Every hive is unique to itself. They have their own characteristics. It's like the way to look at a beehive is it's its own tribe, and every tribe has its own little culture that it develops, and instincts and behavior, a little different than the other. So this is so they're feeding pretty good over there. Those aren't feeding very well, so I don't think those want to grow very fast. This one here, this was my first swarm in April. That one wanted to grow really fast, which is, you know, probably because they had 2 queens is why it grew so fast. That one over there probably only has 1 queen, and it's been just about a month since I caught that one, and they don't feed very much. So she's wanting to maintain a low profile when it comes to laying eggs. That's okay. That's good. I like that. That's the exact same behavior as these 2 hives here. Low profile. She'll lay a couple days and take a couple 2-3 weeks break. Perfect. Perfect. Unless you're a farm breeder, you breed bees. You want a queen that lays lots of eggs. And there's 2 hives in 1 hive. 2 queens in 1 hive. And so I'm going to build some more frames and transfer that one to a brood box, and go see if I can find some more 3/4 inch plywood for free, some scrap wood. I think I ran out, and I want to build a couple more brood boxes, because the brood boxes, supers are great for collecting honey and just for yourself, you know, processing honey out and all that. That's great. But brood boxes, supers are great for just getting honey and processing it out and putting it in jars, whatever. But brood boxes, in my opinion, are best for long-term storage. There's more room. And once they fill that brood box will become like a super. They'll fill that with honey for the winter. Then they have plenty of food, and they won't come bouncing off me in January. It's like, what? Right? And so, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, leave a comment, click the like. And so, yeah, I think the brood box is the way to go for storing honey long term through the winter. Get them through the winter. That's the way to go, my opinion. And yeah, that super didn't last them, even though it was about 100 pounds of honey going into winter. That super didn't last my original hive all winter. They were out by January. And if they had a brood box, they would have been okay until, you know, the flowers came on, spring flowering. So yeah, brood box for the winter. Fill it with honey. That'll get them through. Unless you take it. If you take it, well, expect to be bombarded by January or sooner. So cloudy, cool day today. My peaches are dropping like flies. This peach tree, nature is so cool. I was thinking I need to get up there and pinch so many hundreds of peaches off, and this tree is doing it on its own. It's like, I ain't got enough resources for all these. To break my branches. I need to start shedding some of these girls. Sorry, girls. They just start shedding the peaches, and it's doing a really good job. I didn't have to get up there. I still might have to, but I'm just gonna leave it be for now. Leave it be. And so yeah, these hives are the original two hives here. The original hive and the split that I made from it, no orientations every day. It's very rare to see one. About every 3 weeks or so, I see an orientation flight. I might see that orientation flight for 2 or 3 days in a row, and then nothing. Last year, I thought weeks would go by, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I was thinking, oh, that queen died. That queen's just dead. I had those farm bees, so they would orientate every day, 4 o'clock, every day, every day, every day, all spring, all summer, even into the winter. So, well, they didn't make it that far, and so that was new to me to see a queen take 3 or 4 week break at a time and only do 2 or 3 orientation flights and then nothing. So about 3 times going, oh, she died. Oh, she died. Oh, no, she's just a magic queen, right? She does it just right to manage those varroa mites, manage the health and the proper girth and size of the hive, and quantity. And yeah, that's the queen I want right there. So in the long run, down the road, I don't know what's going on these last two swarms I caught, but the second swarm I caught, they're behaving just like these over here. So that might be a daughter of, they might have swarmed out of that one. Never knew, right? So there you go. Everything's running smooth, and there's absolutely no bees clustering in any of my Baetic nukes. So there, at the present, there is no queens. There is nothing that's going to be swarming out anywhere close. And I see no more what I always thought was marauders bouncing off the corners, where the hives come together. I see no more marauders, what I thought were marauders, bouncing on looks like they were trying to get in. I always thought they were marauders. It's like they would come and all of a sudden they'd be gone. For years I'm going, dang it, marauders. No, those were bees looking for a home to swarm into. Because every time I seen that every time when they were looking for a home, I seen that. Then once I caught the swarm, zero, absolutely none, every single time, every time. So anytime you see what you think is marauders bouncing around the cracks of your hive, go into action immediately to catch yourself a swarm. Get your nuke, bait it, put it in a tree if you have one. Now, if you don't have a tree, that's okay. You can get get a 4x4, and dig a hole and bury it. I'd recommend you take like one of those rebars that has like those little flanges, at the bottom, so you can stake that in there and just kind of screw that to the 4x4, because you can pound that bar fence post like thing, a metal fence post that has that looks like a fish hook at the end almost. You can pound that a lot further down past the base of the 4x4, and then you can tie or screw that metal bar into your 4x4, and that'll hold it into place. But you want to bury the 4x4 at least a little bit. Pack some rocks around it, hold it in place. A little bit of rocks, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of rocks, pack it in there. That way you don't have to reuse concrete. And you can move it somewhere else if you want to, right? Use that concrete. Oh my gosh, those get heavy. Trying to pull those concrete slabs out of there. So that's how I put my 4x4s in there. Then I just tie everything in. And that's how they stay in, all packed tight. And if I want to move a 4x4, because I do that, I'll move one to different places. Same thing with these metal poles I have in. I don't want to concrete nothing in, because I move things around. I'm always on the move. Reorganizing, rearranging, come up with different ideas. I don't want to make anything permanent. I like changing things up. And so, create something like that. It'd be like a tree, right? Maybe get some branches, tie them into the 4x4 or something, make it look like a tree, and use your imagination. And you can take a 2x4 and you can just screw that 2x4 into the 4x4 to make it higher, then attach your beehive to that. You can make it as high as you want, almost, right? And you got yourself a permanent tree. You You don't even have to rake up any leaves or anything in fall. And the bees don't know. So then, that looks close enough. That'll do. Right? But I recommend get some old branches or something. Just kind of make it look more like a tree, you know. I mean, you can try it without the branches, see how that goes first. But if you don't get anything, yeah, add some artificial tree branches. Because what these bees do, what I noticed, when they're in pre-swarm mode, they actually inspect the branches. I watch them inspect the branches. They'll land on them and walk around on them as other ones are circling the baited nuke and going all around and looking for cracks and stuff. They're also inspecting the structure that the hive is on. And if it's got branches, yep, this is a tree. Right? Who knows? Bees can be really picky when they're looking for a home. Yeah, get some nice chandeliers in there, beautiful drywall, put some furniture, frame, frames with some honeycomb. Yeah, and so there you go. No more swarming, no more pre-swarming at all. Even in this baited nuke that I put back up, so I transferred the hive that's over there, the last swarm I caught a few days ago. I transferred that the same day. So that night, I caught the swarm, and that night, I closed that flap, and I put it over where it's at now, put some brush in front of it, and opened the flap, and there they sat. And the next day, I put the box back up there. There was a lot of bees going in there, but I noticed they were going back and forth. Oh yeah, this is my new home. And the next day, nothing. They all got the memo. Plus, I put a feeder out there, so the ones that would come out, they would smell that food, and they're relating. Oh, here's food, here's resources. I'm not gonna go back to that empty box in the tree. There's nothing in it. There's no mommy. Mommy's not there. There's no resources there. I've got resources over here. I got mommy over here. So they'll get them. They'll get it right. Their preference will become their new location. Pretty quick. It happened in less than 24 hours. Done deal. That's where they stayed, right? There's always a chance that when we do something like that real quick, that they can actually swarm back out. Now I've done that way 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row. There those 2 hives sit right there. Did exactly the same way both times, and it turned out amazing, and it was quick, and all done within about 24 hours or less. No more going up and sleeping. They wouldn't sleep in the there's none that slept in this one. The first time I did that was about 70 feet away. The first night that I did that, same process, there was about a dozen that were going to sleep overnight. I pulled them out at midnight, and sure enough, there was about a dozen in there, and I transferred them to the hive that night. And the next night, nothing. And it stayed empty from then on, and no more girls wanted to go in it. There was nothing in it. Mommy ain't here. Where's Mommy? Where's my mama? Oh, she's in that place I keep getting put in, and I need to learn where that is. And so there it is. Done deal. Sun's coming back out tomorrow and today. Girls are feeding heavy, so I'm going to feed these some more. And I just brought out some more food. Need to go to Winco and I think I'm going to get 3 bags of 50-pound sugar. 3 bags. Well, when you got 5 hives, and you want to get them through any dearth, sometimes I say girth. I don't know. Maybe I feel bulky today. My brain feels bulky. It's girthy. Yeah, it's dearth. So unless someone changes it, like me, I might change it. Yeah, words. Yeah, they change all the time. The, thou. Yeah, we don't say that stuff anymore. Well, it's not part of the common language, American language anymore anyway. Yeah, language changes over time. It evolves just like us, just like all species. Over time, things just change. Every time somebody's born, There's about 350 mutations on average. Every human being that's born, there's about 350 mutations. And if it's something that is drastic, um, then that fetus doesn't survive. It usually aborts in the womb or after birth, and or it's something that's really noticeable. Yeah, it's very subtle. Things change. Humans are changing very subtly, and just like all other species, and the bees, the birds and the bees, and the flowers and the trees. Yeah, kale and broccoli and so many other things are actually kissing cousins. And onions, all the different kinds of onions. You know, you got the sweet, yeah, you got chives, you got leeks, you got garlic. They're all of the same species, just in different. They just evolved a little bit differently according to their geography, and they had to adapt to that environment. Specific one, drought or too much water or whatever. So those mutations that happen each time are really important for life to continue as you know the environment changes, because Earth changes its one time you could have a forest in an area, and over a few thousand years you can have nothing but a Sahara desert. Yeah, El Ninos and all that other stuff, and the placement around the sun, because the Earth is in an elliptic orbit, and it changes over thousands of years and get further out or closer in, and it can change the temperature in the water, in the oceans, and that can change the air currents and where the water and moisture pools, and whether you can it changes whether you can have an Amazon type of geological location or a Sahara desert. The Sahara desert used to be an Amazon-like forest, rivers and lakes, and now it's not. Yeah, and actually humans actually got to witness that change. We've been around since we were around before the Sahara became a Sahara, right? Before it became a desert. We were around when it was a forest. And so, yeah, just a changing of the guard of the climate. And there you go. So I'm gonna start doing some other things, build some frames, and please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, and you have a good day. Do the Margarina. I know. Yeah. They be just fine. Look at those girls. Oh, you're out of food already? Oh, you know turds. They be just fine. No more going in there. Dry as a bone. Not a single bee. That was so packed a couple days ago. All right. Bye.